So, right on the eve of the Nintendo Switch, that NS, we still have the naysayers, the haters, and, just the people who just are still doubting the Nintendo Switch. And, I would have reservations. Well, let me say this. I did have reservations about the Nintendo Switch initially when it first came out, but, you know what? What happened was, I'm a Nintendo fan. And I'm a gamer. It always baffles me, to be very real with you, and this ain't no disrespect to nobody, but how can you legitimately be a gamer but have no love for Nintendo? Like, Nintendo is a video game company, and this is no disrespect to Microsoft or Sony, because I have Microsoft and Sony products. So it's no disrespect to their consoles, their games, but they even, as executives, acknowledge the importance of Nintendo. So, you just hate Nintendo and you hate this revolutionary device that, while underpowered from the other systems, is actually going to be able to be taken on the go. You can play in 1080 and on certain games 60 frames per second. You're gonna hate on that and finally be able to merge this thing on the go where you can play top tier games on the go. Top tier games? What? Yes, Zelda is a top tier game. Mario is a top tier game. Look at the numbers. These are system seller games, like it or not. And a lot of the core fans for Zelda are not a child mindset or not a forgotten group. This is why I always say, and I'm getting off topic, but this is why I always say that RPGs sell systems. And the reason why role-playing games sell systems is because you put a dedication. A role-playing game is equivalent to a movie with like a great story plot or a books. Like, think about the Harry Potter books and think about the Game of Thrones books. Think about those novels like Moby Dick. Different novels, The Lord of the Flies. Different novels and books that draw you into a particular world. So you feel a different kind of emotion than you feel for a Call of Duty, a FIFA, a NBA. A lot of games that just are yearly games which doesn't really have that depth. Nintendo makes very innovative video games like Mario and Zelda. This is why they always try their best to dedicate Nintendo to just gaming. When it was an option to put a DVD player in it with the GameCube, no. When it was an option to make it play, music, no. When they were dedicated to not all these gimmicks in games, but they end up having their own gimmicks to excel, and some of them worked and some of them didn't. This is what the Wii U should have been. Imagine, if you will, if the Switch came out when the Wii U came out. At this price, we would be talking about Nintendo entirely different. But it's still not too late. This is not just a fanboy rambling and talking, and I'm just being very truthful about this situation, because Nintendo has had its mishaps. I didn't even personally buy a Wii U, and I love Nintendo. I didn't buy a Wii U. A friend gave me a Wii U, and I have enjoyed it since I've got it. However, it does stay on the shelf more than it stays in my hands. The Nintendo Switch is not going to be a colossal flop. It might surprise more than a few people, and initially, in the beginning stages of a system, the hype and the fact that your first-party games and third-party companies, the third parties will come if it has a consistent base of things. Like, a lot of games I haven't gotten. I know Skyrim is an old game, but I will go back and get this Skyrim for the Nintendo Switch, because I didn't buy the updated one for the PlayStation 4. So I'll go back and get that on the Nintendo Switch. And just like I am Setsuna, I want a physical copy, but if it's not a physical copy, I'll still download it on the Switch. because I got a memory card that, you know, and I'll download it on the Switch, and that's because I didn't get it for the PS4. Certain games I will support just because I want to see other games come to it. The possibility of us to finally have, basically, you have PS3 and and Xbox One games on the go. And people are, PS4 and Xbox One games on the go, and people are angry about this. How are you angry or cynical about the fact that you finally have these type of games on the go? Imagine if you could do, if you go Xbox or Microsoft fan, if you could play Halo on the go, or you can play COD on the go, or you can play what's another game I can say, GTA on the go, you know. And if you're a PS4 fan, you can have some God of War on the go, or you can have some Tomb Raider, or you can have some Last of Us on the go. PS4, Xbox One graphics, you take it. You wouldn't be screaming and hollering, you better call out a handheld. But Nintendo is merging both of these with their best games on this system, and, you know, it's just, so I really don't see the reason why. Well, I do see the reason why Nintendo is still got this label about themselves, and that's because of the fact that they were marketing themselves to be a kiddie system for a long time. And I love the GameCube, but the GameCube to me is where they start going into that kiddie direction. And while the GameCube was just as powerful as the competition, the GameCube came out like a lunch pail, and was more durable. It marketed more to kids. But even then, Nintendo had the idea of taking that system on the go, which was a great idea, because I knew more than a few friends that had a GameCube, and the GameCube had some exceptional games on it, from the Resident Evils. They had good third-party games. They even had really good IPs, and Mario Sunshine and the Zelda games that came out on the system. Metroid Prime was introduced. They had some really great games, and this is one of the reasons that I enjoyed and original IPs too. Like Animal Crossing, look, I'm going back and forth, but there's just so many different games. Remember that they had the Sonic game when Sonic Adventure 2 was on there. They even got Skies of Arcadia Legends. Bravo. But it was perceived by the casual fan as being something gimmicky. When you can play the newest first-person shooters, and you can play Halo, and you can play movie-type games like God of War on PS2, which had its own share of DVD players and CD players, and then Microsoft was introducing things, as it's a computer company, introducing the world, expanding on what Sega had introduced, and jumping into this internet age and these LAN parties. I was in college when they did this whole thing with Halo, where they had the LAN parties. At the time, what was I playing at the time? Final Fantasy X2, which I'm like one of the only 200 people in the world that like that game. But anyway, I'm just going on. So that's why it's called Geek Talk. This is just an unfiltered version. Just chopping it up, dude. No, but I'm gonna close here in a second. I just was wanting to pick my own brain, if you will, and see what everybody out there thought about some of these things. I mean, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, or you just want to generally chop it up or talk about it, Nintendo base, video game base, what do you think the Nintendo Switch is going to do? How do you think, rather, how Nintendo Switch is going to do? Do you think it's going to be a failure? Do you think it's going to be a flop? Do you think it's actually going to be pretty good? Do you think that it'll eventually get third-party games? How do you think this first year is going to do? I think that it's going to do a lot better than people expect. I am still have a little skepticism about it, even though, because now that's the part where I'm a Nintendo fan, I still have a little reservation about it, because I would like it from the idea to be something that the casual fan gets too, and I see why they did implement, you know, the 1-2 switch. Like, I'm not going to be getting that initially, but I will go back and get, like, really, if you're a Nintendo, I'm going back again. If you're a Nintendo fan and you're going to get this system and you pre-ordered it, that means you have to get Zelda. You know, you might not even pre-order Mario yet. I ain't even pre-order Mario yet. But you might not even have the pre-order Odyssey yet. But you had to get this Zelda just to see what the hubbub about. Well, just to see, because a lot of people already got theirs early. I want to get to a point where, like, hey, can I get a Switch? Okay, hook me up, hook your boy up though. But anyway, this is your boy Q. It's been a while since I've done a Geek Talk. I think I might start doing the Geek Talks. Little music in the background. I've been on an Aaliyah level. I don't know why I've been on this Aaliyah for a minute. But little music in the background and do some more Geek Talk stuff where I have the gameplay and I'm just as an uncensored, unfiltered thing about what's on my mind at the time. But yeah, anyway, this is your boy Q, aka that dude the geek.